Hey everybody, it's Marcia with GratitudeSpeak, where we do both life and business coaching in specific niches. So whether you are someone who feels you've lost your productivity because of a tremendous loss, whether it's, death or a breakup of some kind or a downsizing in your job, we can help you get that productivity back. Or in the business sense, if you have always wondered how to enhance the relationships you already have to position yourself for greater profitability, we can help you with that. But today we're going to be talking very quickly about self-auditing in social media and why that's important. With the inauguration having been last week, there is a tremendous amount of noise on both sides, red and blue. And you have to be just really careful about how you position yourself when taking a stand. I mean, this is, for the most part, I'm talking to people here in America because that's where I am. And we have the best opportunity in terms of other countries in comparison to express our views and express ourselves, but we don't have to get downright just nasty and hateful. We need to stick to the issues and represent our feelings, which is our right, in a very responsible and respectful way. Otherwise, we're just as messed up as those who we're complaining about. But to that end, the other reason that it is important, or the main reason, even more than that it is important for you and I as business owners and entrepreneurs, is people judge us by how we show up on social media. What does that mean? Well, recently, someone I'm connected with and I have very high regard for, Amber Aziza, was sharing a story of how she was able to land a great opportunity. She brought on a major client, but in them doing their research on her, as most companies are in a position to do and exercise that right to do, they did a thorough social media audit. And as I said, it's their right because they want to know not only how you show up, when you put your best foot forward for an interview or for the live streams that you want people to pay attention to, but we have a digital footprint, people. It is so easy to research someone online. So you have to be very careful, even with your rights, even with our abilities to express our personal views. We always want to be respectful, professional, considerate, and knowledgeable about what we're saying, when we're saying it, how and to whom those comments are directed. Because in the case of not only people like Amber, who's a rock star coach, but also it makes a huge difference. Thank you for the hearts. Good to see you. It also makes a huge difference in your own credibility. And one thing I have learned in my years of living and in my years of doing business, and since I'm old enough to know a few things about a few things, I'm going to borrow from Dr. Ivan Meisner, who is the founder and former president of BNI, which is Business Network International. He said there is a VCP model: visibility, credibility, profitability. What does that mean? Being visible is great, but you also have to be credible and consistently credible in order for you to parlay your visibility and your credibility into profitability, because no one wants to deal with professionally, especially when you're talking about charging fees, to somebody that's, half-cocked about pretty much everything. That's not to say you can't have an opinion, but you have to learn the importance of the way that you express it. No one is trying to stifle your freedom of speech. No one is certainly trying to take away your right to your creativity. But let's face it, when you get up in the morning or when you put that particular post to bed, even if you delete it, Sorry, guys, there is a way for those things to surface later on. One of the things that I've seen so much lately is so many people are losing their jobs. I mean, people that are highly paid, highly respected in their various fields because they've tweeted or live streamed or posted on social media something that is disrespectful, unprofessional, truly uncalled for, and no matter how you feel about them, whether you disagree with them or agree with them, it doesn't matter. If someone can really make a case to undermine all that you have prepared yourself for in terms of education and reputation and all of the time and effort that you've invested in your career, is it really worth not being aware of how you show up? Now, there are sometimes, obviously, instances when people are going to misconstrue or misunderstand, but in a lot of times there's no, I misspoke for the majority of us. And so it is important, it is imperative, it is critical, hear me, critical that you take a self-imposed social media audit. Make sure that even when you express your likes and your dislikes, whether it's in business, whether it's in politics, whether it's in everyday living, no matter what it is, that you are presenting yourself as a professional who knows how to comport themselves even on hot topics. Again, the beauty of living in the USA is that we do have the right and protections to free speech, but that does not mean that we have a right to dog everybody else, dog everybody out. Hey, Nick! And so I encourage you, I implore you, I cannot stress enough that keeping yourself in check on social media is critical to you. Hi, Kim, thank you. Is important. It is paramount. You don't want to throw away all of your hard work, all of your effort, all of the time, all of the energy, all of the money, all of the potential for collaborations and whatnot because of one angry post or one angry comment or not well thought out position. Is it really worth it to you? You oh boy, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but you have the right when you're arrested to remain silent. You have the right in business and in your professional life to not have to weigh in on everything. Most of the time when people have gotten done away with career-wise on social media, it's because even though they deleted the tweet, it only takes a second for you and I to screenshot that bad boy, and you can't take that away from someone else's account. I'm sorry. It's too viral. I mean, it goes viral too quickly. So I am saying, as a professional who really wants the best for everyone, you need to check yourself. You need to go back through your accounts. Again, I am not saying, so don't get it twisted and don't misquote me, please. You want to make sure that how you represent yourself, how you show up, how you are visible consistently is credible so that you can combine and parlay your visibility and your credibility into profitability. It makes a huge difference. One of the things that I do before I join a Facebook group or before I even let people join mine is I look at them and see, and I'm an administrator in someone else's group, and I really look at their profile. And if I see a lot of crazy stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the way that business people, professionals, whether you're the owner or not, show up, I'm sorry, I am not approving it. And you can get mad, you can go run home and cry, you can take your double dutch rope and not play with me anymore. I'm good with that. But what I don't want to do is put myself or other people in either of those tribes at risk. Because a lot of times, let's face it, we live in a very judgmental time right now. And you don't want to be guilty by association. That's a big thing right now. So do yourself a favor, do your businesses a favor, do your clients a favor, and the potential collaboration partners that are out there. do a self-imposed social media audit. If you don't want to do it, if you're not sure how to do it, then find someone who you trust, who is good in the social media, the digital space, to do it, and make sure that you are showing up the way that you want people to see you in the professional sense. If you want to rant and rave about whatever your topic of choice is, save it for when you guys or gals are, hanging out with your besties. But make sure that nobody has, cameras and whatnot to record. Or just keep it to yourself. Write it down in a journal, and then burn the page or just keep that journal hidden. Everybody has the right to self-expression. I am not negating that. I am not trying to tell you not to express yourself. I express myself all the time, but I try to do it in a way that represents who I am, because you know what? GratitudeSpeak is more than my brand. GratitudeSpeak is the extension of Marcia Whyte. And if those two are not in alignment, it's all for naught. So I constantly keep myself in check, or at least I do the best that I can. So if you guys, and I'm giving you permission here, you've heard it here first. If you guys see or hear something that has my name attached to it, and it's not on the up and up, it's not what you think that I have worked really hard to put out in terms of reputation and in alignment with my brand and my professional appearance and persona, then please check me. Send me, inbox me, send me a note, send me an email, text me, whatever it is. In the meantime, I always try to show up to serve you well. So I'm going to hop off of here because I need to get going on my research for tonight on the radio show. I'm very excited about our guests. So all of the ladies that are on here, and gentlemen too, we are hosting a woman who I met at a conference about a year ago. And her name is Felicia Gopal. You can see all the promos on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. She is a best-selling author, and she is committed. In fact, her company, Financial Control Mastery, check this out. She is committed to helping 1 million women stop stressing and be free from worrying about, as she calls them, the 5 Ds: divorce, disaster, downsizing, disability, and death. So she wants to get us all ready for whatever comes our way. If you look at the bit.ly link in my title, you can join us at 9 Eastern time tonight. I'd love to have you. Feel free to call in with your questions. All right, it's an hour show, so surely you have a few minutes to hop on. And for those who would like to have an opportunity to work with me, you can either hire me to do a training or workshop or come and speak to your group or organization. There's a book me link in there. Just booked a speaking gig today. Very excited about that, and was also able to bring on another entrepreneur with me. So I'm all about collaboration and doing some things to open up opportunities for others of you. So in the event, I'm going to go so I can really be on top of the game, because you guys deserve nothing less than my best. But remember what I said. Check yourself on social media. Please share this post out with your friends, fans, and followers. It's important information, not just reserved for those who are already familiar with me, but it's important in this day of way too much negative noise. All right? Let's bring some visibility, some credibility, and some major profitability back to the online world. Are you with me? Thank you. As we close, remember always there is opportunity and reason to show kindness and give gratitude. So make it your mission today to make that happen in your space. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully some tonight at 9 p.m. and others on the next live stream. Have a great one. Bye.